Welcome. Yes, it is the weekend edition. As you all know, we are about taking you to a roller of a coaster of a ride on this Friday edition of the program. And yes, it's going to be an exciting start of the day. And just so you know, it is December, which means it is a new month. Oh my geez, happy new month to all my favorite viewers. Happy new month to you watching us right now. Happy new month to my people all the way from Dubai, all the way from Italy, all the way from in Buea, Moliko, Bonduma, Bokwango, Tiko, Limbe. I don't even know where to go. So many places. Happy new month. And yes, guess what? December is full of colors. It's full of brightness. It's full of achievements. Very soon you see people carrying bowls of cow that they have collected. Broke meeting. Very soon you see some people carrying groundnut oil. Very soon you see some people carrying rice. This is the period where people don't buy rice in their house because that auntie of yours that has they say broke meeting, that's how we locally call it. That auntie of yours might just call you, mama, they gave me like 5 bags of rice, come and take your own, or they gave me like half kg, come and collect your own. So this is the period. It is December. And guess what? Very soon the jingle bells are gonna be singing, we're going to be having them all over the place. So when we talk of December, it's just all flowers, colors, celebrations, reunion. Geez, that's the sweetest part of it. I think this is the month where most families get together because all through the month, the past few months, they have been busy and all the like. So this is a month where they're like, okay, let's call everybody together, let's feast. And they kill a cow, some kill pigs, some kill goats, and they dine and wine. So it is December, and guess what? It is still December on the Breakfast Show, and you are welcome once more to join us to the morning program. And yes, if you just tuned in, this is Victor Mafani Mojoko. We'll be taking this ride together and talking about the 1st of December. Hey, I hope this December is not going to be a dirty December. I just hope so, because we have been having dirty December. So I just hope this December is going to be clean. And talking about the December being clean or dirty, you know, we start hearing stuff like, I'm coming to Cameroon to look for a wife. Do you have that your sister that? Please, there will be that everywhere is going to be full very soon, and people will be coming, you know, looking for wives that they did not prepare before they came to look for. And I saw one post like that, somebody just like, okay, beans will be everywhere, don't ask me what's beans. And yes, it is the Breakfast Show at High Television, and trust me, we are going on this ride together. And just so you know, today is the 1st of December, which means that it is World AIDS Day. And yes, talking about World AIDS Day, over 39 million persons across the globe are HIV positive. So it's going to be a dirty December. People are coming into the country and all the like. I don't need to talk too much. They say he who has ears should do what? Listen. Anyways, we are going to take on this musical break, and when we come back, we have a lot to talk on the show. Don't go anywhere.
En amour, il faut supporter. Il faut toujours être content. Now they won't wake again for you. Why you only want the job for outside? Where you fit cook your own for inside. You only want ankele. You want to display everything I'm mala. I wait. It be like say nothing they check you, baby. C'est pas la vie, oh. Car l'amour n'est pas compliqué, oh. It be like say nothing they check you, baby. C'est pas la vie, oh. Car l'amour n'est pas compliqué, oh. It be like say you never say no. Que dans la vie il faut te décider de valoriser ce que tu as, baby. It be like say you never say no. Que dans la vie il faut te décider de valoriser ce que tu as, mon bébé. stay higher. Why you only want it out for outside, where you fit cook your own for inside? You only want nankele, you want to the silly. Everything na mala, I way. It be like say nothing the chucky baby. C'est pas la vie, oh, car l'amour n'est pas compliqué, oh. It be like say nothing the chucky baby. C'est pas la vie, oh, car l'amour n'est pas compliqué, oh. It be like say never say no, que dans la vie il faut te décider de valoriser ce que tu as, bébé. It be like say never say no, que dans la vie il faut te décider de valoriser ce que tu as, mon bébé.
Welcome back. And yes, when you're telling us this morning that it's not everything that must check you out there, you know. Yes, not all team will check you. Like you have one, stick to the one, stick to it, because you can never be so careful. Yeah, some people there's protection, I use protection, I don't do this, I don't do that. Shoo, who fool you? Like where did you get that from? You can never ever be too careful. It's so disheartening where you find, I mean, he has already told us, it's not everything. You have one inside, you also want to have one outside. Concentrate on the one inside. If you cannot concentrate on the one inside, then bring the other one from outside inside. Yes, our men are polygamous. It's sad, but we just have to accept it. It's better you have two wives than, you know, cheating on your wife. You're married to one woman, but you have 70 kids outside. Some women, when you look at them, if they don't talk again, they are bottled up so much inside that they just look at things and they're like, okay, what do I want to say again? I've said everything, like I've been talking. When you has already told us, have one inside and keep the one. If you don't want to keep the one inside, bring another one inside. Keep both of them inside and stop. Anyways, that is not what we're talking about today. And yes, it is the 1st of December, which is a new month. And guess what? It's my best month of the year. I don't know why. It's not my best month, but I like this month because there's too much to eat. I mean, you just need to get dressed up one Saturday or Friday. Just look for the horse around if you're hungry. Yes, don't look at me. Have you been to, I mean, like university days? Yeah, that's when you understand that if there's an occasion beside your house and they do not invite you, you're not enemies with that person. You can go and greet the neighbor. At least that day, if you have not been greeting the neighbor, just go and greet the neighbor that particular day. Okay, so it is the 1st of December and we are right here on the breakfast show. We are going to be talking a lot today, but I mentioned something before we took on that musical break. And what did I say? Over 39 million persons across the globe, statistics shows, are suffering or have HIV/AIDS. That's in 2022. We don't know of the statistics right now, 2023. It could have increased due to COVID-19. It could have increased due to other things that have been happening. It could have increased due to so many things. But hey, where are you? That's the question. Where are you? Like I said earlier, you can never be too careful. So today you might want to find out some things about HIV and AIDS, and guess what? We'll be talking about it in the course of the program. But before we do that, let's move over to our very interesting Did You Know page of today. And yesterday we were talking about something in the kitchen. We were talking about onions. Yeah, who likes onions? I love onions. I don't know about you, but onions, if left to me, onions should be in every meal. if possible my tea. I love onions to that extent. So we are going to be talking about onions like we were saying yesterday. And today, what are we going to be adding? What did we not say yesterday that we're going to be adding as far as onions is concerned? And yesterday we spoke about the red onion, the white onion, the yellow onion, the leeks, which is the green one. We spoke about the sweet onions. Can we even remember what we spoke about? I don't think we can. But let's move over to the next one today, which is, did you know that red onions are higher in antioxidants? Did you know about that? Are you aware that red onions are higher in antioxidants? This is to say, and I was telling you yesterday that most of the times people use the white onions to serve maybe soya or salad. Why? Because it's low. But you see the red onions, it has a lot of acid. Like by the time when you eat onions, if you're moving out there, somebody will just know that you've eaten onions, because it has a very pungent, it's strong, it has a very strong fragrance, I should say, smell. It has a very strong smell. Now if you eat the red onions, white onions, maybe you need to go closer to somebody before that person even knows that okay, you've eaten onions. But you see red onions, it announces itself. Like literally you're approaching somebody and the person is like, Vita, you ate fish this morning, or you've eaten onions, or you've eaten salad, or did you eat salad? Oh, was there onion? Yes, because it already gives that strong smell and it goes out there. So you might want to maybe brush your teeth, if possible, brush your teeth. Or for those who have the mouth rinses, people who have mouthwash and maybe they move with it, you might want to do that. You might want to get something that is good for your the fragrance, or I would say the aroma for your mouth, maybe chewing gum. That could be good to maintain a good aroma, because by the time you eat onions, my dear, most especially red onions, leaving your house, and if you talk to somebody and that person does not answer you, please don't be angry. Is the onion smell coming from your mouth, and probably you didn't drink water or you didn't rinse your mouth. So what happens is it sticks in there. And when you eat something, you close your mouth, and by the time you open your mouth, just like fish, you eat fish and you close your mouth, by the time you open your mouth, somebody is like, okay, I'm getting you, and you keep talking and the person is like, true, you not really understand what's happening, but that person is actually suffering at that moment. So please don't suffer your friends, colleagues, your neighbors, just anyone around you. By the time you're done eating onions, please, especially red, in fact whatever onion it may be, but you see red is the danger one. Please do well to rinse your mouth. Because it contains antioxidants. It has a higher rate of antioxidants. And just so you know, than both yellow and white onions, it has the antioxidants higher. Red onions has higher antioxidants than the white or the yellow onions. Just like I was telling you that the white onions is preferable. If you eat that, it's not really that bad, but you see red, leave it. And then we move over to the next one. Now, no, why all onions are healthy? Red onions are also higher in total flavonoids and contain anthocyanin, which is a cancer fighting compound that gives the red onions its color. Now, while the others are higher in flavonoids and contain anthocyanin, red onions is a fighter of cancer. It has a component that is a fighter of cancer. So while you're dodging with eating the red onions, also know that it's equally good for your health, and it's going to help you fight cancer. So you might want to put both of them, the red and the white. Okay, we move over to the next one now. 5 types of onions. We already spoke about it yesterday, but let's get a reminder, because there's a new one that we didn't talk about. And on our Did You Know page, you get to find out interesting facts. So the interesting facts keep coming and coming and coming. That is why you have to stay tuned to that channel. And yes, 5 types of onions. You have the green onions, which contains vitamin C and E. The green onions, which the leeks, when we go to the market, we say we want to buy green spice. Some now they sell the leeks aside, but they usually add this one, which is the onion, the green onion. So just so you know, green onions contains vitamin A and C. So if you want to add that to your system, you might want to be adding green onions a lot to your stew, to your sauce, whatever the case may be. Okay, we move over to the next one, which is the brown onions. This one is very popular in our markets, the red and the brown. Now the brown onions, they are anti-inflammatory and antibacterial and treats bug stings. Yeah. So for the brown onions, how can I put it? Let's say you think you feel like, maybe let's say you go to the hospital and maybe the doctor is mentioning that you have a certain problem, maybe bacterial crisis. You might want to add the brown onions to your meal for the week, for the month, to help you fight those bacteria. And onions is good, so you could blend, add some ginger, add some garlic. In fact, these things, they have home remedies that we cannot even start talking about here, but trust me, if you blend a couple of them, you're going to have good results. And we'll move over to the red onions. Excuse me, the red onions. The red onions, healthy heart, blood pressure and anti-cancer. Now for a healthy heart, you want to add red onions to your meal. You want to add red onions to your salad, to whatever diet you have. It's good for a healthy heart, blood pressure, and fights cancer. We already spoke about the issue of cancer, but now you didn't know about blood pressure, right? So instead of you going to the market and buying white onions and filling the whole place with it, whereas probably the doctor has said that you might have BP, so you might have high blood pressure, or it's maybe your blood pressure keeps, it's not stable. This week you go to the hospital, it's up, the next month it's down. So you might want to add red onions often to your diet. Excuse me. We move over to the next one, which is white onions. Now for the white onions, higher sulfur, anti-cancer, and higher fiber. Now if you want higher fiber, just like the ones we have in plantain and all the rest, so you need to add white onions. But this one is very scarce in our markets. The most popular is the green, the red, the yellow, the brown. And then we have the leeks onions. The leeks onions, vitamin B6, antioxidant rich, and anti-cancer as well. The leeks onions, our one we were talking about, the green spices and all of that. Okay, so let's talk about the health benefits of onion right now. I'm sure lots of you don't know. You just eat onions like, okay, I like onions, I want to put it in my eggs, I want to put it in my stew, I want to put it in my salad, but sure you don't know. So on our Did You Know page, you get to find out lots of interesting things. Now let's talk about the health benefits of onions. First of all, improves digestion system. Yeah, it improves digestion system. Now cure fever and allergies. So if you have someone around you who has probably eaten a meal that they are allergic to, or a fruit or something that they are allergic to, just give them onions. It will help them in one way. We move over to the next one. Now regulates blood. As I was telling, if you go to the hospital and the doctor says your blood pressure is up, the next week you go is down, the doctor is like, what's happening? Your blood pressure is not stable, it's either it's low or it's up. You might want to add enough onions to your meal. And there's even onion sauce. Yeah, there is onion sauce, like sauce that is made strictly, I should not say strictly, because it's not just onions right there. You have to add the other spices like the maggi, the pepper, and all the rest, but there's onion sauce, so you might want to add that to your meal as well. Excuse me. We move over to the next one. It prevents cancer, reduces inflammation, improves the immune system, and prevents gastric ulcers. Yeah, so If from time to time you feel like you have your for gastric patients, you might want to add onions to your meal as well. Use in asthma treatment. Yeah, yeah, my grandma was a patient of that, so I know we used to do that a lot too. Low in fats and calories. And for better skin, it's good for the skin. I told you, if we have to blend onions, we were going to do that often, and blend for the skin, for the hair. It's just so amazing. And that was it for our Did You Know page today. Hope you got to find out something interesting. Hope you learned something new on our Did You Know page today. And yes, we'll be talking about our topic of discussion right after this musical break, because I want you to be glued to that TV of yours. Don't go anywhere.
Starfish Entertainment.
Rapping them on the beat. Yeah, na 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 na. Alili, alili, bon amour, alili. Ça va. Trop d'égo sont jaloux, j'ai l'homme qu'il faut. They just wouldn't know, baby, I love you so. Cause when I fall down, my love, you lift me up. Baby, you're the love of my life, oh, tu décideras jamais. Je peux mourir pour toi, tu décideras jamais. Allez, mon amour, allez, allez. Que quoi qu'il arrive, tu resteras mon bébé. Mon bébé, bébé, bébé. Que quoi qu'il arrive, tu resteras mon bébé, mon bébé, bébé, bébé. Ils ont voulu nous séparer, chercher à nous garder. Oh, les sorciers, laissez-nous respirer. You ain't the talk, pari paro, para pare. Stop, cause my baby did for me. Tu décideras jamais. Je peux mourir pour toi. Allez, mon amour, allez, allez. Que quoi qu'il arrive, tu resteras mon bébé, mon bébé, bébé, bébé. Que quoi qu'il arrive, tu resteras mon bébé, mon bébé, bébé, bébé. Nangasi, oh my baby, let me love you, ti amor. Let me love, allez, mon amour, allez, 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 allez. Que quoi qu'il arrive, tu resteras mon bébé, mon bébé, bébé, bébé. Que quoi qu'il arrive, tu resteras mon bébé, mon bébé, bébé, bébé.
Welcome back. And yes, whatever is happening, you have to stay with that one person that makes you happy. Yes, when I say whatever is happening, because at the end of the day, there is wahala out there, like there's problem everywhere. Somebody once said, look for your own trouble and be pouring anointing on the head. Yeah, there is problem. So look for your own problem that you can handle and be managing, because even if you leave problem A, you go to B, those you still meet problem B. So the problem is attached to all the letters, no matter the name, the color, the size. Look for the problem that you can handle, the one that will not give you hypertension, and manage. So like I said, we are going to unveil our topic of discussion this morning. And yes, somebody might look at this topic of discussion and be like, Rita, are you serious? Yes, I'm actually serious, because I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and the person is like, Rita, like in this Buea like that, in fact, I don't know how to put it. Let me not let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so our topic of discussion today, I know somehow relationship and some other things are going to come into this. We're going to talk about this or that. We're going to talk about it inside the topic of discussion. Somehow it's going to pop up. So our topic of discussion today is, what's your definition of a slay queen? What's your definition of a slay queen? Imagine somebody walking up to you and asking you, are you a slay queen? Like, what's that? I think anybody can be a slay queen. Yes. The fact that you see a lady out there, probably, anyways, it depends on your definition. Now, I am not going to take sides, but what is your definition of a slay queen? Please do well to use the number on your screen. Send us an SMS, send us a WhatsApp SMS, or do well to drop a comment on our comment section on Hi TV Cameroon on on our YouTube channel. So do well to drop a comment there. Tell us where you're watching us from, and you see that your definition of a slay queen that you have in your mind. Let's talk about it. Let's get what everyone, like all of us, have to say. Some people say a slay queen is a lady that has very long talons, that does the eyelashes, that does dresses expensively, or has all types of wigs. Anybody can have that. Doesn't mean that person is a slay queen. So let us know, what is your own definition of a slay queen? Somebody will say a Buea girl is a slay queen. Let's call it spade this way. But really, Buea girls have really suffered. Just the fact that you're in Buea, you are already in danger. By the time somebody meets you and the person is like, I remember when I was still studying for my degree, somebody was like, I was talking to somebody on the phone. I'd never met this person, and the person was like, okay, so how are you? I'm fine. What's your name? I told the person, okay, so where are you based? I'm based in Buea. Are you a student? Yes. Of which institution? UB. The person just made I was like, seriously? So you being in Buea and going to UB, then the worst is if you are living in Moliko. Oh, my father, my mother. But I think it's another aspect of hate speech that we are not really looking at. How can you meet a lady just because she's beautifully dressed, she has her nails on, she has her eyelashes on, and she looks good, and you go ahead to call her names? Like, anybody can be that. But anyways, that's my own take. Let us know of your own take of a slay queen. What's your definition of a slay queen? How can you describe a slay queen? Yeah, let's know on the comment section on our YouTube channel, and do well to send us an SMS. The number is right there on your screen. Please do well to use it. And yes, we do not take calls, because I know on topics like this people want to call. Please, we do not take calls on the show, just SMS. And yes, that is our topic of discussion for today. Just a reminder, it is the 1st of December, and it is a festive, the festive period already started like 2 months ago, but this is my favorite month. So today, if you see me on the way, I'll be smiling mola to mola. And I don't know about you, but you see me, because I know that lots and lots of amazing things are waiting for me this December. I hope it's waiting for you as well. That dream, that goal, everything that you've been planning throughout the year, probably this month is going to accomplish. That is if you've been working. But if you've not been working, there's no magic that is going to take place. No way, there's no magic that is going to take place. So if you have not been working, then all left to you, because nothing is going to change. Like, you definitely meet it on the first point, which means that nothing has changed so far. And talking about our topic of discussion, I'm hoping to get your contribution as far as our topic of discussion is concerned. Right about now, we are going to take on this musical break, and when we come back, we talk a little bit about our topic of discussion.
Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé.
Yeah. Have your banana, you be baboon. You don't do me, nyaman kundu. Je suis fatigué de la talakou. Mami, tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours. If you want to leave me, dégage. Make you know distress me with your bad character. Si tu veux partir, dégage. Si mami tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, je ne veux plus moi. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, je ne veux plus moi.
Mais moi là qu'est-ce que tu crois? Toi-même tu sais que t'as pas le niveau. Tu me veux quoi? Moi là qu'est-ce que tu crois? Tu cherches à y trouver. Tu overdose. I know say you don't get your dose.
Tu es quelqu'un mon pour terminer ma life. Ma c'est moi j'ai dit lai lai. Tu es quelqu'un mon pour terminer ma life. Ma c'est moi j'ai dit bye bye.
If you want to leave me, dégage.
Make you know distress me with your bad character.
Si tu veux partir, dégage.
Si mami tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
Je ne veux plus moi,
Tu m'as trompé,
je ne veux plus moi,
tu m'as trompé. Tu m'as trompé, oui tu m'as trompé. Tu m'as trompé.
Moi je dis t'es ma go, toi tu dis d'être ma go.
Toi tu dis d'être ma go, oublie pas t'as été ma go.
Toi tu dis t'es mon Joe, depuis quand je suis ta go. Toi tu dis t'es mon Joe, depuis quand je suis devenu ta go. Quoi? Quand? Depuis quand? Hein? Quoi? Hein? Depuis quand? T'as dit frère tu m'aimes?
Ah bon, hein? Have your banana, you be baboon. You don't do me, nyaman kundu. Je suis fatigué de la talakou. Mami, tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
If you want to leave me, dégage.
Make you know distress me with your bad character.
Si tu veux partir, dégage.
Si mami, tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
Shabba.
Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé.
It's Phil Bill. Welcome back, and yes, as you all know, it is that period of the morning where we get to talk about an interesting topic. And yes, we just unveiled our topic of discussion, which is, what is your definition of a slay queens? Should I say girls in Buea have suffered, or should I say they have not suffered, but some of I don't really want to take sides this morning, Sha. But like I said earlier, the fact that the lady looks good, she has her nails on, her lashes, and she's looking all flashy, probably with good hair, doesn't mean that she's a slay queen. Anybody can be a slay queen. Like that girl that you're looking at out there that does not have all the the flashy hair, the nails, the lashes, the makeup, she could also look like that. If she has maybe the money, or she likes to, she would. I think there was this traffic online one time when Renew had to dress in a certain way, and people were like, this is not the Renew that we know, this, that, you are the only decent, what, your fans. Everybody came and was talking. Did Renew tell you people that she could not wear short dresses, or she does not, or did she send out a communique that I don't like to, or I will never? Where did she sign the court agreement? I do so swear not to. When? So that's I'm just bringing this up because I'm trying to link it to the fact that somebody looks like that at a particular point doesn't mean that you should describe, or you should let me say, end up giving that person a certain name. Imagine you seeing one lady, there was this video that was going on online, and somebody was like, these girls that do this, that do that. Somebody came and did a video, and the person, the lady, she was putting on this very long gown, and she looked all decent, headscarf and all of that. And she did a video, and she was like, she removed the gown, and then inside the gown, inside the long gown, something very, very hot like pepper soup. And she was like, we are the same people. Like, any lady can be who she wants to be. She could be wearing the long dress during the day, and the night she's not, she's not Reverend Sister Mary. In the night she's somebody. Are you going to be there? So the thing is, anybody can be who they want to be, depending on the environment or the situation they find themselves in. You don't expect somebody to just look at you and you look very calm, you're this, you're that. So I should be walking and shouting. I should just be walking and shouting, like, am I okay? Is my head not enough? Like, you're making me shout now on TV, live television. Anyways, what I'm saying this morning is, let us know about your definition of a slay queen. Yeah, let me know about that definition of yours of a slay queen. And yes, slay queens can cook. Somebody who said, in fact, tell me about your definition before I take my own side here. I'm not supposed to do that, but hey, let me know about your definition of a slay queen. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, Hi TV Cameroon. Please do well to hit the subscribe button and touch the notification bell, and do well to tell us where you're watching us from. And you have the number right there on your screen. Please make use of it and tell us where you're watching us, and also tell us your definition of a slay queen. Ashu is watching all the way from Dubai, and Ashu, please, I saw you just mention somebody's name as your definition of a slay queen. Please, that's not what we're talking about this morning. I am asking, like, what's your definition? Give me the description. Describe a slay queen in your own words to me. That's what I mean, not you telling me about somebody. So please do well to drop the comments on our comment section on Hi TV Cameroon. We are going to visit the markets this morning. Let's know what is happening there in the markets with Aisha Mbeng. Don't go anywhere.
Two glass 150 salt, 2 glass 150, 2 glass 150. Can't buy 2 glass 150. Okay, good morning, yo, mommy, yo. Yes, so now how market, now how much for the market?
No, thank God because today rain no fall.
Okay.
I feel do pop and beans. So work so I say better na market. Things are the thing of better market. Even a salt or anything as I say, I'm saying my God, push up.
Okay, pop business, you don't do and see or
How long I belong to do and see. I don't think it's close business. Don't want to.
so how the business?
If you work with a season, because in the season, you know, people or the chop all that kind of things. So just simply for the season.
Okay, more talk now, as we talk now about season, more talk now about your business. Which will be the correct season where your business where you sell
Like this season, because I be tomato now don't too expensive. Like the one as you say as soon as they call as say iron tomato. You get iron tomato, you get they get Buea tomato each cheaper. But even now the Buea tomato don't sell. They sell 1% assistance.
you get idea why tomato don't sell?
Because they bring a right from Nigeria and they see the things they don't expensive transportation to do all that they add them for they can supply now we buy now we sell we get our own gain. As soon as see the one place on 500, but when customers they can't buy now they still expect again dash and you must please the customers there so make us the come next time because with this salt they give me small 100 but even if I realize it's small shop is the one I will use that point to do salt and add them buy that.
So how the business don't help you? Which the business don't help you?
Well, we know now. They help me to pay my house rent. They help me to send me to school. They help me to even feed for house. That and cassava. That each place them for that sell 1,000. Then this one here, this white one na 2,000. So inside the buy two na from farmer.
You buy it from farmer.
Yes. They buy two cups for that place so that you make your own small profit na 1,000. Just to call the money to me the capital.
So how the profit, the interest, the get when you get the
Understand me? Yes. At least it's so hard when I come and make your own yes, me I know get bank. Then I can cut am. Calculate how much you buy, then how much you sell before you get then you chop to everything.
then how about the profit?
Like you want to be soft, so that you overstay for flat.
Yeah.
I went rather to consider I went don't stay for long, say it's soft. Go away soft now, vanilla will be bad, you know, it's soft. I went soft, I don't have option now, you can put cassette, soft, you put down the pants, just anytime pants, you put tomato to the floor, 1,000. We are great ones. Onima Abomani. Good morning, High TV, and keep watching High TV. See you soon.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and yes, many thanks to Aisha Bing for bringing us what is happening in the market. That is precisely OIC market this morning. And if you're thinking of how to buy or what to go get and maybe the price, I'm sure you got the price of cassava. It's been long I ate cassava. Who else? Cassava and plum, to be precise. So if you're thinking of what to prepare today, you'll be eating rice throughout the week. You'll be eating maybe gari or fufu, or you'll be eating spaghetti. Why don't you try cassava? Yeah. Don't mind me. You might want to buy cassava, or you might want to do some sauce, and I'm sure Aisha Beng has given us a lot of information as far as that part of the market is concerned. Many thanks to you, Aisha Beng. And this time around, we are talking something different. We are going to take on this our very first comment as per the description of a slay queen this morning. And remember the guy I said Ashu came and was telling me somebody's name, please, I beg. It's not somebody's name. When they say slay queen, anyways, we have those type of friends that when they talk of slay queens, they just immediately come to our mind. But like I said, anybody can be, depend if you want to be. Now Ashu, all the way from Dubai, has given us his own definition of a slay queen. Now he says, a slay queen for me is a cutter gotten from the word slayer. Yeah, it's a cutter gotten from the word slayer. And who's a slayer? You might want to check that. And there are cutters out there, really good cutters. A beautiful lady that wears flashy things and flaunts herself is not a slay queen to me. Okay, somebody that wears flashy things and flaunts herself is not a slay queen. So what is a slay queen? Let's continue. So those that have degrees in cutting and collecting tithes and offerings. Ashley, please, what do you mean by cutting? I don't understand. What is cutting? You know, some of us don't really know this language. Maybe we'll know. So he says, those that have degrees in cutting and collecting tithes and offerings more than even pastors, that category is a slay queen for me. Oh my goodness. The ones that have degrees in cutting and collecting tithes and offerings, church enter inside this matter. So Ashu, thank you so much for contributing to the program this morning, and actually telling us that those that have degrees in cutting, like and collecting tithes and offerings, according to him, that's his definition of a slay queen. So if I want to understand this very well, like those that the choppers are, should I say choppers? But money is necessary now. It's very necessary. It depends on how you get the money. So according to Ashu, those that have degrees in collecting, you know, collect from A, collect from B, collect from C. At the end of the day, there's a collection process. Even in the elections in Cameroon, they collect. Even in when I talk of the elections, don't they collect ballot boxes from the different places that they vote? So don't be thinking too much. I said they collect. Yes, when they finish voting, they collect the ballot boxes, right, and they put together and count. So even there, they collect. In several places they collect. Everywhere the collection happens. So it depends how the collection goes. And actually it's telling us this morning that those that have degrees in cutting and collecting tithes and offerings, that's his own definition of a slay queen. Okay. And I just hope you get to tell us your own definition of a slay queen this morning. As for me, I earlier said anybody can be, but in as much as anybody can be, a slay queen is a cutter from the word slayer. Now, who is a slayer? Maybe we want to talk about who is a slayer this morning. So somebody will be talking about, like, but we're talking about slay queen. I mean, that's all over. Like, it's a local parlance that's everywhere, and I'm sure the percentage of people that don't know about it are very few. So it's a cutter from the word slayer. Now, when we talk of slayer, what do we refer? Now, slayer was an American trash metal band. I know, right? You were hoping to think you were wanting to hear that it's a lady that most of the words, some of the words that we use, especially when it comes to our context, we have borrowed it, and maybe we don't even know what is used for. We just borrow and we are using. Now, a slayer is a person who kills another person or creature, usually violent, or who destroys something. Should I take it again? Before you carry yourself and I'm a slay queen, what are you slaying? You are slaying nyanga, or you are slaying colors, or you are slaying makeup. So just so you know, a person who kills another person or creature, usually violent, or who destroys. So before you carry yourself that you are one, please, it's a butcher, a criminal, an enforcer, an extortioner. Yeah. So maybe these days, before we want to use words, we should be able to know the words that we are using. But we have already understood the context of the way we are using it as of now. We have already understood the context of a slay queen. So who to you, what's your own definition of a slay queen. Oh yeah, slay queens, this slay queens. Any small thing that wants to happen in Buea, bam, slay queens. Or I'm not even calling just Buea, Limbe, Tiko, in fact all over Cameroon. So what is your own definition of a slay queen? And yes, just so you know, on the program we don't just talk and have fun, we equally get to find out what's happening in the world of information. And talking about what's happening in the world of information is very important for us to know, because we don't want to go out there being ignorant. Ignorance is not part of us. This new month, you cannot be ignorant in this new month, because you have lots and lots of things to find out. You have lots and lots of interesting things to find out. So we take on this musical break, and when we come back we talk something different.
It's Edgar the music boy.
J'avais toujours su que le jour viendra où je dirai oui à mon prince charmant. Mais pourtant, ça n'a pas été facile. Déception, je suis passée. J'ai lavé les habits. Cuisiner pour moi fut un plaisir. Je shootais le bébé, je savais. J'ai tourné, ça n'a pas marché. J'ai lavé les habits. Cuisiner pour moi fut un plaisir. Je shootais le bébé, je savais. Mais n'a pas marché. Appelez mon ex, oh, appelez. Qui vient voir mon mec, oh, appelez. Appelez mon ex, oh, appelez. Qui viennent voir mon mec, oh, appelez. Vraiment je n'ai plus le sou. J'ai déjà trop parlé. Je n'ai plus le sou. C'est les trop crier, ma voix ne sort plus. Moi aussi on m'a marié, trop parlé. Donc disait que j'aime laver au village. Trop crier, ma voix est sortie. Que oui, je reconnais que je ne suis pas parfait. Des qualités et des défauts, j'en ai chéri, je suis honnête. Mauvais tempérament là que j'ai, toi seul as pu trouver le remède. Là de me parler, tu le détiens, mon amour. Pourtant avant j'ai lavé les habits. Cuisiner pour moi fut un plaisir. Je shootais le bébé, je savais. J'ai tourné, ça n'a pas marché. J'ai lavé les habits. Cuisiner pour moi fut un plaisir. Me soumettre au gars, je savais. Même n'a pas marché. Appelez mon ex, oh, appelez. Qui vient voir mon mec, oh, appelez. Appelez mon ex, oh, appelez. Qui vient voir mon mec, oh, appelez. Vraiment je n'ai plus le sou. J'ai déjà trop parlé. Je n'ai plus le sou. C'est les trop crier, ma voix ne sort plus. Moi aussi on m'a marié, trop parlé. Donc disait que j'aime laver au village. Trop crier, ma voix est sortie. Mamotititewa, bongo bali timbana simonga. Obede nanjena posiwa, kandolani, tetonu pepe, kandolani. Lambolite longa, otetina minori wasekamo. Jete longa, lambolite longa. Kenye de longa.
Welcome back, and yes, as you all know, it is important to be informed and at the same time smile while being informed, because yes, you have spoken about a lot of good things. Just imagine you being in that gathering where everybody is giving information, or probably you guys started with a game and everybody was contributing, and it comes to that part of information and everybody is talking. you automatically become mute because you have nothing, you don't have anything to contribute, or you don't have anything to say. That's why it's important to have information about little things. So when you get to diplomatic gatherings, where you get to professional environments, you could also open your mouth and say something and contribute, so you don't end up looking like the one that did not finish the school and probably we're just giving the certificate. This time around, we are going to be talking about information on the show today, and yes, we have Larry Etengene in the building. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning to you, Rita Mafani Mujoko. Good morning to all our viewers, and happy new month of the month of December.
Yeah,
we are talking on festivity.
Yeah, happy new month. So how did the new month start for you this morning?
Well, the new month started with a good footing, and though my neighborhood is still, we are getting to a month in darkness now, and the so-called Inyo and her partners, they don't seem to have any regard for that, and we are even planning on a strike action. We are going to storm the news office with leaves, branches of, because you cannot put people in darkness for 1 month and
that's
nothing
sad.
is being done. So you can imagine it's quite bizarre. We are talking on Mayor Street in Buea. That's Moliko in Mayor Street. So they have been living for the past 1 month without light, and the area where the first registrar of the GC board is living. So despite that, we as senior citizens of the country, and you can have this much disrespect and disregard for us, you can imagine. So we are planning, we are coming to your office with our branches. We are not coming with cutlasses, but we are coming to our branches, and we can't step on now. So I'm gonna bring our light back. So every time I find it, so what we are having is sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
For you to cultivate a village lifestyle in a town like Buea, it's a bizarre.
It's like you should go back to using the lamps, the trukangs, and the rest.
You can imagine.
Anyways, away from the sad situation, what's happening with the newspapers?
Well, for the newspaper slots, we have those juicy stories from the papers. We have that of the Prime Minister, head of government, Joseph Dion Guti, who was in front of parliamentarians yesterday to present the priority projects for 2024. We equally have this other one that says fake or false alerts that there is no fuel shortage in Yaoundé and some other towns and cities in the country. And away from that story, we'll be taking you to talk something else on the paper slot. This is the Russian bilateral relationship with Cameroon when it comes to the armed sector. That's the defense. We are talking on the defense sector, where the Russian president has donated military equipment to the Cameroonian government. These are some of the topical issues we'll be having on the paper slots when the time comes. Hello there, viewers of High Television. It's the first day of the month of December 2023, and this is the paper review on Gbamu for today. We start off with municipal updates. Municipal updates of Victor Cham for today says National Assembly, PM Zongute updates MPs on government 2024 roadmap. That is what you can find on page 8 to 12 on municipal update for today. Yaoundé says majority have required stages grand concerts today. We'll take you to SDF shadow cabinet. Senator Ngam Honore appointed justice minister, and Ngambu Fed drills talks of the community actors to end menace. Let's move over to the meeting. We'll take you to something else from that paper. Away from that publication, let's delve now to the next publication for today. Eco Sante comes back to the elections, to the to a very position of the Cameroon Medical Council. It says Dr. Jean Balot Zambo wants the better working condition for doctors across the nation. That is his manifesto as president of the Cameroon Medical Council. Get to read more on that publication for today. Eradication of HIV and AIDS. We are talking on World AIDS Day, which is being celebrated today. It talks of the CIRBC Hospital and AJC in Yaoundé, who comes out with this great engagement towards the eradication of HIV and AIDS and the prevention of mother-to-child transmission of that disease. Get to read that story on the health paper of Eco Sante. From Eco Sante, let's delve over to my hospital. My hospital is interested in the Yaoundé Central Hospital. It says 11,000 patients are living with HIV and AIDS in that hospital for the past 25 years. We are talking on the Yaoundé Central Hospital. We move over to the Kribi District Hospital. The paper talks of advocacy for the construction of a better blood bank ward. You can get to read that story on that said paper. And we take you to the fight against HIV and AIDS, which is today. That's World AIDS Day. It says Dr. John Kengasong encourage African countries to dove their heart when it comes to the HIV and AIDS fight. He is from Lebialem division in the southwest region, and he is the UN AIDS ambassador or coordinator across for the world. We'll move over to talk on Le Messager. Le Messager comes back to ONMC. The paper report, the paper for today is interested in the birth control policy that are being violated by certain persons. You want to find that story on that said paper. Urbanization, it says Yaoundé will soon metamorphose. You can find that said story on page 5. And we take you to this rice product known as butter rice. It says the truth about the butter rice that many Cameroonians says. It is deadly. You can find more intricacies and explanations there on page 4 on Le Messager for this day. A call to Parliament for this morning says November session of Parliament. John Gute present Cameroon's 2024 economic, financial, social, cultural program to the lawmakers. You can find that story on the set paper of Echo du Parlement for this Friday. We now take you to the satiric newspaper of Le Populi for this morning. It says faced with all sorts of perils. They are making reference to the head of state. You have the OTS, Northwest and Southwest, corruption, can gates, debt, and others that are big questions that are being posed by journalists in the country to the head of state, according to that satiric newspaper. There you find him dozing. We'll move over to talk something else. This time around, he says when Fingong chases the cruel. You can find that story on page 9. Let's take you now to La Voix du Jeune. La Voix du Jeune talks of Promo 2024 in Yaoundé. It says Afriland First Bank partners to be the major sponsor of Promote 2024 in Yaoundé. Emergence for this day talks of the defense sector. It talks of the bet with Russia, as Vladimir Putin is interested in a partnership for the defense sector in the country. We'll move over to the elections at the Cameroon Medical Council. It says pressure mount. You can find that story on that said paper. Malaria, the paper reports on 155 million CFA francs that was put for the purchase of the malaria vaccine to the country. Climate justice or climate change, the paper talks on the engagement of the youth when it comes to the fight against climate change. We now move over to investigate info for this day. It talks of scarcity of fuel. It says fake alert in Yaoundé as there is no scarcity of fuel following the outing of the Director General of SCDP, that is the company in charge of related fuel products. We'll move over to Le Drapeau of Carol Tamba. Le Drapeau to have a similar caption to that of the paper that we just visited. It talks of SCDP gives index and the problem of logistics as she assures Cameroonians that there is no fuel scarcity. While it's the paper talks on the leadership and commitment of Cameroonians that needs to be valorized when it comes to the fight against HIV and AIDS in the country. Finance Law 2024, the paper is asking the letter, and the paper is asking for this morning the letter of extension. That is a big question. That paper of Mutation of Thierry Diaga is more preoccupied for this day. Valentine Simon Ziguet, who says journalists of the newspaper sector needs to sharpen their skills. You can find more on Mutation newspaper for this morning. For Mutation, we take a depth over with Info Martin. Info Martin is interested in the Ministry of Finance, and the paper reports on the on the pressure put on Aggie Ford. You can find that story on that said paper. We will move over to the revamp Pin of Yaoundé says Paul Biya want to remodel the political capital city of Yaoundé. That is what that paper of Informa 10 reports for this morning. Le Quotidien for today talks of the Ministry of Social Affairs. The paper talks on the intervention and decentralization when it comes to assistance given to persons living with disability from the Minister of Social Affairs, Pauline Irene Guinea. We move over to fraud in the country. The paper says SCDP Director General gives in the disposition put in place in order to make sure that there is no fuel scarcity precisely during this festivity period of the year. The guidance post of Christian Gal for this day says at farewell audience Buea Hill Yaoundé New Delhi ties, and in that said paper Vaccine Alliance Board chairs announced in Cameroon. And for the personality of the week for today, the paper for this morning talks on Gila Simo Celestin, who is the Director General of Afriland First Bank Cameroon. Let's move over to the economic newspaper of Expression Economy for today. Talks of the integration project in the Semak sub-region. It says Cameroon is negotiating for the sum of 5,000 billion CFA francs from that valorization of the Semak Commission in the Central African sub-region. Get to read more on page 5 on that said paper for today. We move over to the next the next paper, the next story on that said paper that says the finance law for 2024. It says JICAM advocate for workers, for foreign workers. You can find more on page 6 to 7 on that publication for this morning. With that paper, Rita Mafani Mojoko, this is what put a stop on this segment of the paper review on Gbamu. Back to you for the rest of the program.
Thank you so much for the updates. And yes, everywhere today is going to be, I think, red and white. Red. The sign of telling the people out there that they need to, put their ears on the ground as far as the awareness of HIV and AIDS is concerned. And that is in celebration of World AIDS Day. I could hear the newspapers talking about it a lot. Thank you so much for coming. And yes, this time around we are shifting the gears towards our topic of discussion this morning. So I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and it came to mind. I was like, why don't I ask people about this? Because I mean, the thoughts that people have concerning this particular topic is one hell. So Larry, what's your definition of a slay queen?
Someone who puts on a lot of makeup, someone who lives a lavish lifestyle, someone who I don't know, someone who always hot.
Always
hot. Yeah, hot.
Hot as in
hot. You don't know hot.
Like, okay, hot.
When they say this girl is a hot girl, there is one that used to work with us here in high television before you came. My daughter behind the camera knows the person I'm talking about. When I just see,
I was saying that people should not call people's names here.
When I just see, I'll just burst into laughter. My daughter Claudia will be laughing. You say, I say, Claudia, your best friend has come. That lady is always hot. She's working with a sister television station in Douala, and when you see her, oh man, she's always.
This one that Claudine is laughing. I'm saying people should not call people's names.
She will just look at me and say, tell me why you laughing. I say, no, when I just see you like that, I'm used. I say, no, let me just laugh it out. Say, do I look like comedy? So wait, you see my makeup, and she has a standby makeup artist. When it's time for her program, she comes with her crew. Her makeup artist comes with a big box, and the mirror is there, everything is there.
Yeah,
that's 1 hour to our program every day.
Wow.
So when I say, oh, baby, hot. So yes.
I can hear Christine laughing behind me. I've said this today like that. I asked a friend the same question, and he mentioned somebody's name. I said, don't mention people's name.
So no, I'm not mentioning her name. Unless by now she's watching and she knows that I'm talking about her. So when I just look at her, I say, this girl, you don't kill me. So that is just it.
So that's your own definition of a slay queen. Somebody that has too much makeup on, flashy things,
but any lifestyle.
But anybody can have that. What if you have the money? Are you supposed to be called a slay queen?
You are slaying. That is why you have all of these attributes, because like this girl, she's always top notch when it comes to when it comes to her image, beauty, or whatsoever.
Yeah, look.
At times she put the makeup artist who is a guy. That guy will, at times he'll come and paint. This way is green. This way is. I said, oh my gosh, it's very hot.
Larry will kill us this morning.
When I look at that, I will laugh until I say, you this girl, you will not kill me.
Wonderful.
You will not
Say
kill
this
me
side
precisely.
is green, this side is yellow.
Yeah, so you can imagine. But the thing looks good
imagine.
on her though. She's fair skin, and it looks good on her. And you know, I said let her keep it up. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay, so that's Larry's definition of a slave queen. He made us laugh so much this morning. I mean, to think that the colors and everything. I don't know if I should equally buy that, but I'm waiting to get your own contribution as per your definition of a slave queen. And just like I said, please don't send me somebody's name, because I'm not going to read that particular one, and we don't take calls. Please do well. Somebody just called. Please, we don't take calls. Please do well to send us an SMS. It's written on your screen, an SMS or a WhatsApp message, or do well to leave a comment on our comment section on Hi TV Cameroon YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us once more. And yes, we have been talking a topic of discussion, and Larry has been making us laugh with the colors, the green, the red, and all the like. But you know, as ladies, we have to stay beautiful, and in the course of staying beautiful and maintaining all of that, sometimes we might be mistaken for who we are not. Like I said, anybody can be whoever they want to be. Thank you so much for coming, Larry. And yes, this time around we are going to be diving onto something different and talking about slave queens and the day we are celebrating today. I think somebody will have something to say concerning that. We take on this musical break, and when we come back, we talk a lot more.
That's it. Chill out. Hey. Okay, I'll go. Hey!
Baby, excuse. Rich Casino, time movement. Hello, baby. Now them dad. 11 missed call for 10K. Now them dad. I need transport. Now them dad. Momo data for pictures. Now them dad. Human hair. Now them dad. I'm hungry. Now them dad. Money for nails. Now them dad. Long eyelashes. Now still there. Now them dad. Now them dad. Now them dad. Now them dad. Now still there.
welcome back. And yes, we are still talking about our topic of discussion this morning. I mean, the comments just keep making me laughing. I mean, there's a lot that we concerning this particular topic, and so people are calling, please, we don't take calls. I know that what you want to say, somebody once told me that it's like this your program, you leave us to be doing voice notes. Please, if we have to do voice notes, I will play the things that people will say if I will just leave the program for you people. So please do well to send a text message or a WhatsApp message, the number you find on your screen. Please, like I said, we do not take calls. I'm talking about this issue of definition of a slay queen. Slay queens do cook. Yes, they do cook. They do some, like I said, the fact that somebody looks like that, or the fact that somebody, you know, appears in that kind of look, doesn't mean that the person is, you know, somebody just meets you somewhere, probably that day you decided to, like the end of year, it's end of year already. Imagine that you guys are going for that end of year celebration, maybe at the beach or by, you know, this very beautiful resort somewhere, and somebody just meets you, and like that person automatically thinks that you are the person starts giving you a kind of look or a kind of feeling, atmosphere that creates a kind of atmosphere around you. But I think, like, what, you cannot just see somebody and know that, okay, this person is like this. Like I said, anybody can be who they want to be. A girl, you might meet a lady. That's why you see some men fall into trouble, they fall into temptation, because according to them, the ladies that don't have these long nails, the ladies that don't have these eyelashes, the ladies that don't put on these very short dresses, they are decent. My brother, some of them that put on the long dresses, you will not even want to even. That's why you see some men probably they get married tomorrow, and you start hearing them saying things like, my marriage is not working, I thought that, I thought this. Because you cannot judge a book by its cover. She might look like that, but she can still be who she wants to be. And a lady can still be, you know, all flashy, the nails, the long hair, the colors, the loud makeup and all of that. But she is an amazing person. She cooks. There's some of them that if they cook here, you see that your name that you're calling slay queen, my brother, you turn them to Mami Put. You just automatically give them a Mami Put name. So please do well to give the definition properly. And just so she does all of those things doesn't mean that she cannot be a wife material. So there is the aspect of a slay queen of a wife material. And you could hear from the song Nadem that 11 missed calls for what, for 2k weeks, all of that. That guy, he already sang it, Nadem that. But the fact that you meet someone at that particular point in time with this particular situation doesn't mean that that person is who they are. And yes, we have a lot to talk about this morning as far as the show is concerned. We are going to take on this musical break, and when we come, we talk about it.
Incredible but full boy.
My angry. See me this man, oh, Mimbo, you know they drink camo. Cigarette, you know they smoke camo. Woman, you know they touch camo. Bet you don't die, yo. Mimbo, it just a pass anyhow. People, they just a smoke anyhow. Woman, they suck. Make you wear your fine shoe. Make you wear your fine cloth. Make you chop your better chop. No spare your body, because for the day where you go die, you no go take nothing and go away. Because for the day where you go die, you no go take nothing and go. Because for the day where you go die, you no go take nothing and go away. Because for the day where you go die, you no go take nothing and go. Afterlife, 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 afterlife. Touch me for here, touch me for there, touch me for here, oh, touch me for here. I dey feel am, I dey feel am, I dey feel am. See me this man, oh, Mimbo, you know they drink camo. Cigarette, you know they smoke camo. Woman, he know they touch amo. Betty don't die, yo. Mimbo, he just a pass anyhow. People, they just a smoke anyhow. Woman, they suck. Make you wait.
Welcome back, and yes, like I told you, we have a lot to talk about this morning as far as the program is concerned. And yes, in celebration of World AIDS Day today, 1st of December, we cannot talk about it just you and I, because there are a lot of things that we are not going to know about, and we need someone who is going to help us talk about the aspect of World AIDS Day today and what is all about the theme and some of the things that we ought to know as far as this day is concerned. And I have just been joined by an amazing person on this couch. I'm talking about Mr. Roland Echu, a medical health expert. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to Gbamu.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm privileged.
It's a pleasure having you.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so it is World AIDS Day today, and talking about World AIDS, it's one of those I should say viruses that are out there, and it's really rampant, most especially in Africa. And celebrating World AIDS Day, the global theme goes as let communities lead. Can you talk to us a little bit about the theme of this year?
Yeah, actually the theme of the World AIDS Day, the 35th edition, is let communities lead. You know, the WHO selected this theme because they want to lay emphasis on the influence of community in the fight against HIV/AIDS and global health. You know, the community is doing a lot of work with respect to that, despite the meager resources that they have. You know, that's why if you look at the funders now are more focusing on the communities, because they realize that the communities are doing a lot of work when it comes to HIV/AIDS prevention, but the resources at their level is actually limited. So this year we are trying to celebrate and to lay emphasis on the pivotal role that has been played by the communities in the fight against HIV/AIDS.
Okay, the pivotal role that is played by communities in the fight against HIV and AIDS. Now, this brings to mind the theme goes let communities lead. Are there any barriers or are there any measures that are obstructing the communities from leading this fight?
Yeah, you have to understand that HIV/AIDS is a public health issue, and you know public health issues in countries have been kind of controlled and being monitored by the government through the Ministry of Public Health. You know, you cannot. This is something that have to do with a lot of expertise and a lot of clinical implications, which we cannot just allow the community to be doing it. You know, normally there is a document at the level of the ministry, the minister now, that they want to give that leverage to communities, but it have to be very you have to monitor it closely. You know, when we talk about maybe collecting blood samples at the level of health of CBOs to do viral load tests, when it means maybe doing screening at the level of the community, you know, the ministry have to follow up to make sure that whatever the CBOs are doing in the field is within the norms. So there you realize that the CBOs will feel at times that there are some restrictions on what they are supposed to do, but that's how it's supposed to be, because there are things that have to be done at the level of a health facility setting, and if we want to put it now for allow it for the CBOs to do that, the health personnel or the regional delegation of public health have to follow up to make sure that when any CBO or any community-based organization doing that is doing that within the norms. That's why we realize that the government want to have Dick Center. Dick World Center is a drop-in center in community-based in a community-based organization or an NGO, where you can go there for your screening on HIV/AIDS. If you are positive, you can be initiated there at the level, because now initiation is done entirely at the level of health facilities. Until that document is signed and until the NGOs have been selected to do that job. But as of now, we have just one drop-in center in the southwest, which is Al Condom at Buea, doing that activity. No, the communities, they want to do more, but normally they have to do it within the norms.
Within the norms and measures of the health experts. Okay, so we are talking about World AIDS Day once more. Now, we don't know about those who are still out there who don't have these, who are not suffering from this particular virus. I think the percentage or the prevalence rate of HIV stands at 35 million persons across the globe. What can we say is the what can you say about the prevalence rate?
If you look at the prevalence rate, there are countries that have actually fight it well. If you look at the most of the European nations, maybe the Americas, you realize that the rates is not that high there. They are conscious and they have taken a lot of measures to make sure that they copy. Even in Africa, if you look at countries like Uganda, they fought it so well that at a level of even 1.1. If you look at the situation of Cameroon, the government have been doing a lot through the Minister of Public Health to reduce the prevalence rate. If you look at the national prevalence rate now, it's 2.7.
Yeah.
2.7, and if you come to at the level of the Southwest, we are at 3.2. Southwest is not among even the regions with the highest percentage, because if you look at Northwest is with 4.0.
Yeah.
Then the South region have about 5.8%, which is the highest.
Yeah.
You have the East region with around 5.6. You have the Central region with around 3.5.
Okay.
So normally we are even better when we compared ourselves with even with the other regions.
Yeah. So we are even better when we compare ourselves with the other regions. But these so far, I can say, how are the persons who are suffering from this virus, how are they being taken care of? Because we cannot talk about those we don't know. Let's what can you say about the condition of persons suffering from HIV and AIDS? What is the government doing, or what are some health experts doing to cater for these persons?
Yeah, if you look at the treatment cascade of HIV, you realize that the treatment is actually free of charge. The treatment is free of charge for the patients, but it doesn't mean that there's someone paying. The government have a portion that they're paying, the funders have a portion that they pay. But if you go to the various health facilities, you realize that especially the treatment centers and health facilities that does screening, the test is free, the drugs they are free.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything about HIV is free. So nobody should go to the health facilities and they ask you money. As an HIV patient, we want to do a test, they said that you should pay. No. The drugs too is free. They are being catered for, because if you look at the level of the region, we have about 155 plus psychosocial assistants who are at the level of health facilities. Out of the 371 health facilities that we have in the Southwest, we have 35 treatment centers.
35
treatment centers in the Southwest region. Here alone in Buea, the regional hospital is there. We have Mount Mary Hospital, which is a treatment center. We have the Buea the Buea Road Integrated Health Center, which is PMI. We have CMA Munya. You go to even to 7 days Adventist, there's a treatment center there. Okay. So we have in each of the health districts where there are multiple treatment centers there.
Okay.
So there's no worry. If with HIV/AIDS, it's always good to diagnose this early. If it's been diagnosed early, then care is taken. You can live a normal life like someone who is negative of HIV/AIDS. People usually ask the question that how long can someone live with HIV/AIDS? Someone with HIV/AIDS can live even longer than someone who is negative, provided that it's been diagnosed early and you are put on treatment. You live a quality life. So that's why we advise people, it's always good to know your HIV status. It's most important for you to know it before it is too late.
Yeah, it's very important for you to know it before it is too late. That is why I think over the years, most persons are encouraged to go, I think, after 3 months for checkup, just to know your status. And there is this problem that comes to mind just as you were talking now, how this has been a problem out there. I think some women out there don't still know about the aspect of mother to child transmission. Now this has been a problem over the years, because you hear some women go to the hospital, probably maybe along the line they found out about such a problem. What can you say about the mother to child transfusion and how it is handled?
Yeah, with regards to the mother to child transmission, I don't think it's an issue any longer.
Okay.
The issue, as I said earlier, is just about the diagnosis. If the pregnant woman is diagnosed early, care will be taken to make sure that the child that she is going to put to bed is not going to be positive. We've seen a lot of cases. So normally, what's there that she needs to take her treatment, and taking your treatment doesn't mean the HIV treatment. If you want to take your drugs, there's a time. If you are taking it in the morning at 8, you should maintain that time. You don't change it, because it's something that you have to take. You have to take every day. So if you are taking it, in the evening, you have to make sure that you take it at a particular time, maybe 6 or 7. You make sure that you take it at the precise time. So if a pregnant woman who have been diagnosed with HIV/AIDS takes her treatment, you realize that normally when she adhere to treatment, because we tell them to add a treatment adherence, which is very important. Taking that treatment, you kind of reduce the quantity of the virus in your bloodstream, and which will make it very slim for that child to come out positive. Yeah, so it's very important, because normally usually happen during childbirth when you want to give birth. A lot of things, blood, that involves blood, that in that particular situation.
Or during breastfeeding.
During breastfeeding. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. That even during breastfeeding, that's why normally, if she takes her treatment, if she adheres to her treatment, you realize that the child cannot be positive, cannot become positive even through breastfeeding, because taking her treatment, you kind of reduce or suppress the viral load, and also make it very minimal, very slim. The chances are very slim for that child to become positive.
Okay, so talking about the celebration today, what are some of the activities that are going to be carried out to celebrate this day?
Yeah, if you look at the World AIDS Day, there's a lot of innovations now with World AIDS Day commemorative activities. We also have the ministry term the Cameroonian AIDS Month, because before we were only just a week two with World AIDS Day, but now it's a whole month which have been dedicated, which begins from November 1st to December 1st. That we call it the Cameroonian AIDS Month. So we are commemorating today. So we said there's a lot of activities. We had mobilization meetings. We have Zoom meetings to prepare with stakeholders at the level of the region, where most of the CBOs that we have, about 150 plus, who are working on HIV/AIDS, that they came. We gave them materials that they have to use in the field, like the test strips to carry out screening in the field, like condoms, like lubricants, which give them. They have to distribute it for free. So they have been in the field doing screening activities, doing carry out sensitization on HIV/AIDS, and let's not forget the most important linkage. Because if someone is tested positive, you have to make sure that that person is linked to treatment. If we don't do that, all the work that we have been doing is in vain.
Which is the very most important. Now, something just came to mind as well. Our youths today have the notion that if you get down with somebody who is HIV positive using a condom, then you are automatically free. How true is that?
Yeah, what I'll say, look, the condom, the use of condom is 99%. I cannot 99%. I cannot assure you that it's 100%, because the storage of the condom, you might be using a condom that expired. You might be using a condom that was not stored in the best of condition. Maybe it was exposed to sunlight. In the course of sexual intercourse, the condom can break too. So that's what we have to understand. Well, that's why I cannot say it's 100%. I can say 99% of that. And we have to be careful that if you want to use it, it should be systematically. Not that you use a condom today, you don't use it tomorrow. It's something that if you want to use it, if you have multiple partners, make sure that you use the condom correctly and systematically.
Okay, so talking about the activities, precisely in Buea, what is going to be happening in Buea?
Yeah, today in Buea, where we are commemorating, we'll be commemorating, celebrating with the public and some of our partners and stakeholders. We'll have a solidarity walk that will begin from OIC. We'll start at the OIC market. We'll walk right up to Bongo Square, where we'll have our commemorative activities there. We'll have speeches from the governor or the representative of the governor. We'll have speeches from the regional delegate, from the regional coordinator for the regional technical group for the fight against HIV/AIDS. We also have speeches from other stakeholders and community-based organization. Aside from that, we'll be having animations We'll have animations there. We'll have some sketches that will be centered on the team.
On HIV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we'll be having the mobile van will be there to do screening, HIV screening. They'll be doing HIV sensitization. They'll be doing screening, and also they'll be doing linkage, because we'll have nurses there. We'll have a team of health expert lab technicians will be there. Psychosocial counselors will be there to do that work.
Okay. So many activities that are going to be taking place as far as the World AIDS Day celebration is concerned, and I am most peculiar, and I should say my concern goes to the mobile van that will be doing the screening, because it's very, very important that people always go for checkup. You know, when they hear checkup, people just get scared, like, what if I go and then I'm positive? What if I go and I'm tested positive? But at least the good thing is you get to find out early enough, and you get to follow your treatments on time. So a quick one, talking about the activities for the commemoration of this day today. Aside from the screening that will be offered, what else are the communities going to be benefiting from this day of today?
Yeah, that's, as I said earlier, the communities will go and we will have speeches there, because normally in those speeches you realize that a lot of facts will be coming out from them, especially in figures, like the ones I just gave you. Not everybody know about those statistics.
True.
It will be an opportunity for the public to get those statistics, and also to look at the activities that have been done so far in the region, what has been done, what is the role that has been played by the community's stakeholders. Notwithstanding, also we're having some animation there, because we're having some comedians there to do some live show, and also have some musicians at the level of the field. Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm thinking right this morning, I think everyone who has not recently tested themselves HIV positive should be heading to Bongo Square as of now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Everybody who has not been tested, you should be heading to Bongo Square. So get yourself tested, and get to know a lot more as far as the HIV World HIV Day is concerned, and as far as HIV itself is concerned, because there are a lot of information that is going to be displayed, or we are going to find out on the Independence Square there in class quarters. And talking about that, last words for our viewers concerning the day of today.
Yeah, just as you've said, it's always good for people to do their HIV test. If you do it, if you're negative, make sure that you stay negative. And it's also good to do it after every 3 months, which is very, very important. And also they should understand that if you are positive, it's not a death sentence. The disease for now is incurable, but I'm sure normally in the near future we are going to have a cure. But what we have to do now, you have to understand that if you are positive, the treatment is there, the drugs are free of charge, all the services rendered at the level of the facilities. You even have psychosocial counselors and assistants to assist you, in case you have, because normally the issue we have at the level of the treatment is that most often when patients start the drug, there are some side effects which they usually have. Make most of them, at times they are discouraged. But we have psychosocial counselors who are there to guide them whatever effects they will realize when they start their treatment. So my advice to the public is that they should go to the Bongo Square and do their screening on HIV/AIDS. If it's positive or negative, they should take it, and if it's positive, they make sure that they take their treatment. If it is negative, they make sure that they don't engage in risky behavior that will make them to become positive. All the road leads to the Independence Square, Buea. We are there.
All the road leads to the Independence Square, Buea. Today, this morning, like just immediately after this, not 2 hours later, immediately after this, all the road leads to Bongo Square in Buea. And talking about that, I think thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
It has been an amazing time, and I'm sure I think I will also be joining you. It's good for me to go and know, and it's good for you too
no, why not? I'll be waiting for you.
Yes, it's good that we all go find out if you're positive or negative. Please, just before we go, there's one thing that just came to my mind concerning stigma. There is this thing of like somebody just discovered that they are positive, and maybe the environment around the person just becomes automatically toxic. What can you say to people who, let's say for example somebody discovers that they are positive and maybe tells the friend, what can you say to that friend, like to encourage the other person?
Yeah, what is there is that in life people have to be very careful. The information that you don't share with anyone, not just anyone. You have to be confident in who you share your information. That's why most often, like in the health facilities, when you are diagnosed, you are always asked, who can you share this information with in your family? You are the one that have that right to do that. And whosoever you are sharing that information, you should be rest assured that is someone that will support you in care. Because normally caregivers play a very pivotal role. Because if you realize now, you look at what PEPFAR is doing, they are trying to have a training for caregivers. Because caregivers to understand the treatment. Because at times the patient is so traumatized that they have a lot of things going on in their mind. But if the family doesn't stigmatize or discriminate, you help the patient in undergoing the treatment. Same thing with the community. Same thing we in the workplace. Before it was like a taboo when you're positive at your job site, but it's not more. People travel now. I know a lot of people who are HIV positive. They travel all over the world. So those restrictions are not more there. So that's why if you look at, we even have you just remind me, we have a study going on that I've already begun this week, a study on stigma. Yeah, we are trying to do a study, the ministry through a Global Fund project and Recap Plus. We are trying to do a survey now on stigma. We want to measure the prevalence rate of stigma on person living with HIV/AIDS. The stigma and also not only stigma, there's also auto stigma, because if you don't accept that denial aspect of it, that I'm not positive, is something else, it becomes a problem. That's self-stigma. We have to look at that. We are taking a holistic look at self-stigma, looking at stigma also and discrimination. At the level of the family, you have to be accepted. Be it when you're positive, they just have to accept you and help you so that you can take your treatment and you live a longer life. I don't think it's anymore an issue, but normally it still exists. The stigma is there. Even at the level of the facilities, there are patients that will complain or tell them no, they are being stigmatized or they are being discriminated upon at the level of the facility. Because when we start looking at the key population, like the commercial sex workers who are there, attempt to tell you to go there, they are not being treated well. So that's why you look at it now. The community need to take a lead with respect to that, so that there's a place where like the commercial sex workers and other key populations like transgender, they can go there. Then you have these services at their disposal. Okay, thank you so much. It has been an amazing time having you on the show. Yes, same here. Thank you for inviting me. Welcome. A lot of information and a lot to know this particular today as concerns the World HIV and AIDS Day. We are going to be joining. I'm sure you are going to find your way over there in Bongo Square to make sure that you know your status and also to get lots of information as far as the day is concerned. Right about now, I think we're going to take leave of you. It has been an amazing time. Okay. Thank you, Samia. Okay, so we are going to take on this musical break, and when we come back, we wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere.
Paix, amour pour l'Afrique et que le meilleur gagne. Bing Biso!
Coup d'envoi!
Amour et paix dans les tampons. La fête a déjà commencé. Premier bio, mais qui va marquer? L'Afrique est unie, c'est la fête. On va jouer. L'Afrique est unie, c'est la fête. On va danser. L'Afrique est unie, c'est la fête. On va jouer. L'Afrique est unie, c'est la fête. On va danser. Yes, ça soit ici. Sur le terrain, on sait qui sont les 10. Ils font la bouche, mais ils ont pris 10. On se retrouve au final, on prend le titre. Afrique du Nord représentée, Afrique du Sud représentée, Afrique de l'Ouest et de l'Est, Afrique centrale représentée. Ya ya ya, amuse-moi, on part avec détrempé. Les crampons sont serrés. On dit pas maillot. Qui va taper poteau? Qui va sortir zéro? Il offre.
Quand l'habitude donnera le coup d'envoi, on ne pense qu'à la victoire. On est tous frères, on est ensemble, mais il y aura qu'un seul gagnant. Didier Drogba, Yaya Touré, Samuel Eto'o, El Hadji Diouf, Adebayor et Okocha, ils ont joué, ils ont gagné.
It has been an amazing time in your company. I must say, what else can I say? It is Friday and it is weekend. Weekend is just like it's. I think weekend has already started already, right? So we are perusing the corridors of going to know what the weekend has in store for us. But hey, before you go to know what the weekend has in store for you, and before you go having that beautiful moment and having the best time of your life, do well to move to Bongo Square and know your status as of now. What is happening in your life? Are you positive or are you negative? And what is going to happen in the next few months? Hey, do well to it's not just about knowing your status, but getting enough information as per what the World HIV Day is concerned and the prevalence rate as well. So when you step out there, you know where to put your footsteps, what to do and what not to do. It has been an amazing time in your company. From my end to your end is love. Many thanks for watching, and to all those who have contributed this morning. It was an amazing time in your company. This is where I take leave of you for this week's edition. Many thanks to Time for Clothing for manipulating the 1000 buttons, and to our interns on board. And yes, a bigger thank you to our Humphrey Eno Ayuk. It has been an amazing time in your company. Hey, do well to stay tuned to more interesting programs coming up at High Television. Next is Press Review. Stay blessed. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.